update. I don't even know what this was an update from. Like, we wasn't talking. How do you give somebody an update to something you didn't even know? I'm scheduled to work Calta's remote tonight from 4 to 6. Hope to be in the studio by Mo Bella. Man,
back on the Soul Brother Kevin show.
Who do you think he is, Obama?
I got to get quiet for a second, and then they'll bring us on the air here.
What, you got a hope chest? What, a 9-year-old girl? Yeah, exactly. Hope. And then I said, okay. And then I get the text. I asked him to do something. I don't know if he did it because it didn't happen, so I'm going to say he didn't do it. Or try. 7:32. What time is it now? 7:38. I get a text from Spike. Just leaving Hooters gig on 54. See you next week. So, I'll say two things. Mo's laughing because he's not surprised. I replied, thanks for nothing.
As you should, yes.
An absolute total waste of time.
And text to you.
You know what? I hope Verizon don't charge me extra. Look, let me tell you something. So, if you were wondering, that's what Spike thinks of the audience. He didn't let me down. Radio's for the people. And then, Mo, you ask me in text message, I'll just bring it on the air. You ask me why I've told you I'm tired and I'm done with helping N-words.
Meaning narcissists.
Yeah, sure.
No, not at all. You know what it is. Man, are we? What's up?
This is a true story. Because Spike, we hang because we're boys and we're also doing projects together. But anytime I want to, I'll go, hey Spike, what you got going on? Can we swing through about 5, 6? Let's blah blah blah. And he'll go, well, I got this, and I'm stopping by Hooters. I go, all right, I'll see you later. And I swear to God, the next text out of my hands, from my brain to my fingers, I'll see you later.
Don't even worry about it.
Hey, man, all that's cool. That's your project.
Right?
That's your project. All I'm saying is, if you know another radio show that gives you more airtime than you show that you appreciate, go ahead, bro. It ain't about you. It's about the listeners. It's the audience who, we love Spike. Spike don't love y'all. Spike loves Spike.
Spike on the dislike.
Exactly. So there it is. It is what it is. You waste my time, I'm going to waste your time too. But I'm not going to waste any time now. We have attorney Moses DeWitt on the line. Let's bring him.
There he is.
And let's actually talk about something worth a damn. Moses DeWitt, what's going on, man?
Oh, not much. How you guys doing?
Hey, man, we are doing great, Moses. What's going on with you? How have you been? How is the world treating you?
That's going all right. Can't complain. It's been a little while. Since I talked to you guys, but everything's good.
It has been a while. There's been a lot of things that's going on. The world is. Hey, man, I have made an argument that 2021 is everything that 2020 gave you and more.
Okay, I can see that.
I mean, we were in a pandemic situation in 2020, and now we're still in a pandemic situation, but we're outside. So everything is happening all at once, is what I'm saying.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean the magical 2021 cure we were all hoping for at the beginning of the year didn't exactly happen, but we're surviving.
No, we are surviving unless we're talking about the uptick in murder.
I don't know. That's crazy.
Do you do any murder cases, Mo?
I have not done any murder cases, no.
Would you like to get your hands on one? Because I might be. I don't want to admit nothing on that. I didn't say nothing. Well, look, I would not incriminate myself on the air, but I might need to retain some services.
Yeah, I mean, first rule of thumb, let's not admit to anything on the air. Don't want to get that premeditation element out there. That's not a good sign, not a good look for anybody.
See, now I'm going to have to wait, yeah. Okay.
Would it be the first time that some radio tapes were subpoenaed for a trial? So let's steer clear of that.
So let's really steer clear of all of that. Listen here, Mo. Have you noticed a change in the type of cases? Like, you hear uptick and everything. Like, has the type of client and the type of things that are going on, have they changed slightly? Have they mutated because of this 2020 and 2021?
I mean, not really. Kind of in 2020, like March and April got real slow as everyone was kind of on lockdown. And then from there, at least for us, things kind of exploded. I mean, if you were locked in a room with your spouse and maybe you guys didn't get along, putting two people who were kind of on the verge of getting a divorce together in the same room for 2 months, that'll push you to a divorce real quickly. So our family law division really saw an uptick there. And
wait a minute. Wait, hold on, Mo. You're telling me this thing can be undone in 2 months?
No, I mean, the marriage can, not the pandemic.
Right. No, I meant the marriage. Like 2 months. If your marriage can be done by being together for 2 months, you didn't have much.
Well, I mean, let's say you were together for a while, but you're kind of on that verge there. You're like, yeah, I don't know if I really want to stay in this. Lock those people in a room together, and you'll find out real quickly.
Well, you have that going, and then you have other people that their marriages got stronger.
Yeah, I think it kind of goes one of two ways. Either you really enjoyed being together, you enjoyed the time off, maybe enjoyed a little less stress, maybe working from home or, whatever it may be, so it's not as stressful of a situation, or you realize that you really don't like each other and want to get the hell out of there.
Well, shout out to those pandemic babies.
There you go.
They still need to eat. There you go. All
Poor
right.
Pandemic babies.
Mo, the pandemic, they don't even know what people look like without a mask, but it's all good. They're going to figure it out. Do you have a case for us? You have a case for us tonight?
I was supposed to bring a case? It's been... So what kind of case you guys want to talk about? You want to do an injury case, family law case, criminal case? What do you want to do?
I like injury myself.
Yes, I do too.
All right, we'll do an injury.
Yeah, we like when people get hurt.
Of course.
Yeah. All right. Hey, by the way, we're talking to attorney Moses DeWitt from the DeWitt Law Firm. JustCallMo.com is the website. Mo, what is your Instagram? Because I'm thoroughly entertained by
my nonsense on Instagram.
I didn't know you were as much of a character. I didn't know you were as much of a character as you are, but you need to follow Moses DeWitt on Instagram. What's your IG?
It's Moses DeWitt. It's at Moses DeWitt.
Man, you get your own name. That's good. I can never get mine. Okay, at Moses DeWitt on IG, and he is he's serving it up, man. I'm thoroughly entertained by it.
Glad
it made me miss you more, man.
There you go. I like it. Try to keep people informed but entertained at the same time. That's our job, right?
That is our job. Okay, you have an injury case for us this evening. Let's. What do you have?
All right, so we'll keep it kind of simple tonight. So we got a case where guy's driving along in his car, gets rear-ended, gets pretty banged up, but the guy who hit him only has a $10,000 bodily injury policy. So, it's bodily injury coverage is if someone hits you and hurts you. That's the coverage that comes into play to help pay for your medical bills, lost wages, pain, suffering, all that kind of stuff. So my question for the panel this evening is, in Florida, is there any way to get more than the $10,000 out of that person who hit him?
Wow, that sounds familiar to me.
All right.
With a $10,000 policy, let me just say, man, a good how have you been? A good doctor can eat that up quick. I mean, $10,000, you might get out of the waiting room. But is there a way to get more than the $10,000? A cat named Mo, you've been alive longer than me. You probably had more wrecks than me. What do you think?
I would say maybe filing a different type of. I mean, you can go through the insurance, and then you can file a suit against them, a civil suit maybe.
A suit, maybe.
Yeah, and get money out of them there. Is there a way to get more out of them from the insurance company? No, but is there a way to get more? I would say maybe, possibly.
Okay. I know that, I don't know when it was. Maybe it was last year or the year before. I think I was still in the studio, JR, when you got rear-ended.
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Whoa, I didn't know you almost died. You just said you was going to be late.
No, I felt like I almost died. Yeah.
Now listen, JR
did say
MO, Kevin, that you say you remind him of something, and then he throw on that extra extra sauce.
I was like, JR, remember that time you got cut on the neck? Yes, I was almost decapitated.
Right. I was halfway decapitated.
Yes, I was. I was decapitated.
My head was only
style.
sticking. My head was only sticking by a little piece of skin right there.
But no, you told me. But you did say you were going to be late, and I didn't know you meant dead. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I know you sued the bejesus out of those people.
Me?
How did that? Well, I'm just talking. Well, how did that work? Is there a way to get more than the $10,000 off of the claim here?
I want to say no. The insurance company is going to find any way to not give you any money. They're only going to give you basically whatever is going to cover the cost. They're not going to give you anything extra. So there is no way that the insurance company or anybody is going to give you more than the $10,000. They're probably going to give you less.
Oh, wow. Okay, I see what you're saying here. Well, as a person that had a horrible traffic accident where the other person was at fault, the first thing I did before I even worried about the insurance, because Moses, they had people in the bushes outside my apartment spying on me.
I've seen that before.
They had people in. Yeah, they had people on. It was a dude on all fours. I brought him some water.
That's nice of you. Nice.
Yeah, I was like, brother, you need to get out. You need to get out of the woods, man, because I'm hurting here. I'm hurting bad. But here's what I did. I went and I did an asset search. Mm-hmm. I wanted to see what this guy was worth, is what I did, and I found out he wasn't worth anything. That his insurance policy, what they were going to pay me, was worth more than anything this guy had. And at that point, I decided I didn't want to do anything to hurt him further, because I didn't think he personally tried to hurt me. But I did have a really big case that there was nothing there. He shattered my hip in 16 places.
Ooh. That is not fun.
Yeah, and I had to get a couple of surgeries. And it ended with me getting a little-known fact, if you didn't know this. I had a total hip replacement in 2000, January of 2000, right after the Y2K, by the same hip surgeon that did Bo Jackson's hip surgery.
Okay, I did not know that.
So you know what that means. You know what that means, right? You know what that means?
You got a little
Me
something
and Bo
extra
Jackson
with your...
are the same.
Okay.
No, we're the same.
Sure.
When you think of Bo, you think of SBK. When you think of Bo Jackson, that's what you need to think of. So he didn't have squat, and I couldn't get squat. So I'm going to say if he did have something, I could have found a savvy lawyer to figure out a way to get some more of those assets. So I'm going to say there is a way. But now that happened in the state of North Carolina, but in the state of Florida, Ron DeSantis says you get nothing.
All right, that's an answer.
Yes, that's an answer.
That's an answer.
What is the truth?
Oh, you want me to answer?
Please, if you can help us out with a little legalese.
All right, you don't want to do a cliffhanger? We'll bring it back next week. You want to answer that now? All right.
No, we want to come back next week with a fresh case. But
all right, fair enough. Fair enough.
What's the deal?
So, I mean, typically in most cases, you do an asset search, you do an insurance search. If there's no other insurance, if there's no assets to go after, you could sue the individual personally, but all you're going to end up with is a piece of paper judgment that's going to be uncollectible, and if the person filed bankruptcy, it'd be discharged, so it's really not worth anything to you, as is kind of what happened in your case. But in this particular case that I'm referencing, which was a case we had in the office, in Florida, in many states, frankly, there's something that we call bad faith. So, and this is where having a good attorney can really make a difference. So in this case, the person hit him, injured him. There's only a $10K policy. So immediately we demanded that they surrender the $10K policy. They didn't do it. So then we filed suit, and that brings us into what we call bad faith territory, which basically means we can then, you get a judgment for more than the $10,000 for what his actual injuries are, and then you go after the insurance company to collect those because they didn't act in good faith in tendering that $10,000 policy on behalf of their insured. So in this case, we're actually able to get this individual a lot more money because the insurance company didn't act in good faith right up front. And so that's really the leverage that a good attorney can bring And, if there's an injury case, there's not a lot of money out there, you make that quick demand, you give them the information they need to tender the policy. If they don't do it, then you can go after them.
Wow. So in the case that in my situation where I had major injuries, it was clearly that the other person was at fault, but they didn't have anything that was more, like they had nothing. You know what I mean? But they had a pretty good policy. It was more than $10,000, but there wasn't what I should have gotten out of that to be made whole.
Right.
So you can't really do anything in that case unless you just want to put a worthless piece of paper on those people, right?
Well, what you could do is, again, every situation is different, but if in your case, let's say it was $100,000 policy, just to use a round number. If your injuries are significant,
yeah.
If the injuries are significant, you send the insurance company a demand letter with the medical records. You outline exactly why they should be surrendering that policy. You give them 30 days to do it. If they don't do it, then a good attorney files suit right away, and then you could try to get them into bad faith territory where you can try to exceed that policy, assuming in your case it sounds like your injuries were worth a lot more than $100,000. But then you can go after them for the full extent of the injury.
Oh, wow. Now, is there a situation legally in the state of Florida where you can make an indecent proposal?
In certain situations. No, I mean, not that I'm
saying.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Mo, his wife was fine.
I understand what you're saying.
She could have made me whole. But no, that's not. Okay, man, that's interesting though. The perspective of you can get a $10,000 policy, but in any accident where there's some sort of injuries, man, $10,000 is nothing.
Yeah, and in Florida, I mean, you can legally drive on the road with no BI coverage. So someone can be on the road and they can have no coverage. If they hit you and hurt you, they don't have to have insurance coverage to cover you for that. So that's why you always want to get uninsured motorist coverage. But even if there's a low policy, if you hire an attorney right away, they do the right things, there's a potential that you could possibly get a bigger recovery. Not in every case. It's kind of a rare, unique circumstances. But a lot of times when you see these big verdict numbers advertised, a lot of times those are the cases where it was probably a lower policy limit. They didn't tender it, and they were trying to get that bad faith provision to kick in.
So Mo, so you're saying that also that an uninsured motorist in the state of Florida, if they hit somebody, the person that got hit, you're SOL, almost.
Yeah, unless you have uninsured motorist coverage on your policy, which that coverage basically steps into the shoes of the at-fault driver and offers coverage for your injuries. But yeah, if they have no coverage whatsoever, you're SOL.
Yes, so they get off scot-free almost.
Well, sort of. I mean, typically what happens is then the insurance company goes after them. They can get their driver's license suspended. It can actually be a pretty big headache for them if they don't take care of it properly and try to make some sort of financial contribution. But yeah, I mean, they're legally on the road, but in the long run, they can actually lose their driver's license and all sorts of stuff if they don't come up with some money.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's not good enough. I'm not concerned about what happened to them. I want to be made whole. And we only do that through cash or Dogecoin, okay? That's how we do it.
How about DeWitt coin? It's the currency of the future.
Well, I was going to say, at the DeWitt, the Moses DeWitt law firm, do you accept Dogecoin, SafeMoon, and any form of cryptocurrency as a retainer?
Not yet, but I'm toying with the idea of paying my employees in DeWitt coin. They don't really like it, but I think it's a good
DeWitt coin. Yo, let me get some of that Kern. I'll be the Elon Musk to your Kern. Coin. What am I doing? Okay. All right. Well, it sounds good. Now, the Instagram, if you want to check out Mo, like I said, it's legal advice, and it's legal advice and it's entertainment and it's all a mix. But if you need some serious law, if you need a lawyer to represent you, which I suggest, don't be like me. Get yourself a lawyer. You can call Mo. It's 866-CALL-MO. Is that still going?
That's still going.
866-CALL-MO, justcallmo.com, Moses DeWitt on Instagram. And Mo, we've been missing you, so we want to get you back in. Even if Friday doesn't work, sometimes we can work around. Just let us know, and we'll make sure we'll get a case from you. We'll break it down and have a little fun like we like to do every week.
That sounds good. We'll get it figured out. We'll get this going consistently.
All right, Mo. We appreciate you. Take care, and send me that DeWitt coin.
Yes, sir. It's on its way.
All right. Let's do this. Let's take a break, fellas, and when we return, I have another reason
All right, guys. Thanks
why
for joining
I'm not
us.
a fan of Kevin Hart.
And
I know y'all might love Kevin Hart. I mean, he does.
Carter.
People love him, but I'm gonna tell you
buddy.
why I don't love him.
Hi?
Has nothing to do with his
All right, have a
comedy.
good night, everybody. There
We'll be back.
It's the Soul Brother Kevin
Say
Show
hi to everybody.
on 102.5 The Bone.
Say hi. Say hello. Aw, that's nice of you.
I want you to
All right,
ask
say bye-bye.
yourself a very important
All right,
question.
see you guys
Is
next
it